Sorry, it's the wrong scene. I forgot to change. Wait, we're gonna go into the stream start now. see you in 3 minutes. A new day, a new adventure. And with that, I welcome all of you. Oh, I welcome all of you to today's Hytale Livestream. Welcome, Quimus and Holly and Setas. Hello. Hope all of you guys are, in fact, having had a... I'm not gonna say fabulous, okay? I'm always saying fabulous. I would say a great. Great isn't as good as fabulous, is it? Well, anyways, hope all of you guys are having had a great Thursday today, and yeah, welcome back to the stream. Hello. Welcome. Lunio, yes, it is. Hi. So we are back in the world of Hytale, and last time we left off in the ice biome, if I remember correctly. We were on the search for some cobalt ore, correctly. And before we start, how do you guys feel about the stream environment? I'm still unsure if we should go with some background music or if the music from the game is good. Like, I can put on some 2016 NCS music if you guys want, or we can stick with the Hytale in-game music. Entirely depends on what you guys want. The only thing which I know for a fact is that we have to turn that one down a bit, because otherwise the in-game sound will be way too loud. We have to adjust this, and let's go right into the world again. Putting server up. Stick with the Hytale OST. All right, then we're gonna stick with it. Also, I feel like for like the first playthrough, I mean, chances are low that we're gonna play more than we're gonna do with like another playthrough, right? I mean, well, maybe in the future with like modding and everything, it's not that unlikely that we might have a second playthrough. But I think for the first playthrough, it is fine if we stick with the OST. But yeah, I don't know. I was a bit unsure sometimes. I just wanted to admire the sun rays coming in here, but what the hell is happening? I'm not gonna ask what happened there with the shadow. Okay, well, whatever. So, alright, we also unlocked teleporters the last time. Great, great. And the first thing we have to do before we can go into our icy adventure, of course. we have to do it, okay? We have to harvest our crops. It is a must. It is a must. There's no way around it. So, yeah, let's quickly go ahead and do the crops, and then we can hop into our magical world of the ice biome, which have a look on the map, all the way up here. Of course, it's a bit bigger than that. Also, that's something which I dislike about the game. I mean, well, of course, it is different just from what you're used to, but it would be so cool if the map itself would expand, like when you go somewhere. So for instance, we've been to the desert last time, and we were somewhere down here, and would be cool if it would keep it unrevealed. Unrevealed? If it would keep it revealed, or unhidden, whatever. Instead of having this fixed sphere around the player, which is revealed. That is something which would be cool, but I guess it's also because we're just used to having a minimap. Or, well, at least I am used to having a minimap that expands all over the place. So, let's see. Should we make some chili or tomato? Tomato. Make chili. 100 chili. Never had this many before. Wump. So, also, I really hope. Oh, just tomato comfort. I also hope that in the future there will be some kind of easier way of harvesting everything. Right now it's a bit tedious, going through it over and over and over again. But I think they have already announced, or at least on, what was it? On either YouTube or Twitter. I saw that they have in fact already announced some kind of tech. Well, not really tech, but like Minecraft creates, like technology stuff. And I think that could be a really cool addition to the game in terms of like automation. I mean, everyone loves automation, no? I think every player finds it satisfying to a certain degree, so it would be a cool addition. But well, only time will tell what we get, right? Only time will tell. I'm also really curious to see on how much they will be adding to the game in the first place, because for reference, Minecraft really is just a sandbox, right? I know I'm always the one who says we shouldn't compare the two games, but I don't care. It's my stream. I can do whatever I want. But for reference, Minecraft really is like a sandbox game, and it keeps like this space aspect to it, or this space game aspect to it, whereas it doesn't really want to improve, right? Or well, maybe not improve is the wrong way of putting it, but it doesn't want to evolve a lot, but rather keep it to what it is. And I think with Hytale they could maybe change it in a way that... Oh, Icy World? Oh, safe. Where they will add a lot of things to the base game already. So yeah, but we'll see with the future on what we'll get, right? We'll see in the future what we'll get. Anyways, we are back in the ice biome, where we can now see that there's a big. That looks really cool on the map, at least. Not really tell what it looks like here in real life, or well, in real life in the game. But let's go there, because our goal today. All right, I forgot to mention what the goal is for today. So the goal for today is to obtain our very first cobalt ingots, and I have no clue how realistic this is. I have no clue how much we'll be getting, or if we will be getting any in the first place. But the goal is to obtain. There's shark. He does not look friendly. That didn't work either. A lot of ore down here, though. Okay, so we cannot shoot. That is not very good. I'm surprised as to how much ore there is. There's another. No, that's not a big fish. Okay, but looks like they have added. Well, maybe not added, but they have some underwater content. Let's just over here. Like some of it. Oh, there's another big fish. Also not sure if the thorium ore is supposed to be here or why it is here, but well, I'll take it. I mean, last time we found plenty of thorium in the desert cave. We found a lot of thorium, but doesn't hurt to take a bit more with us, right? Doesn't hurt. Let's do that. Oh. So funny, in the beginning, like, we were struggling to get iron, and now we're just... We have iron. Not as big of a problem anymore. Oh, is that is cobalt, yeah. Alright. Well, stream successful, guys. The stream was good. See you next time. Bye-bye. No, just kidding. Of course, we're not done with the stream just yet. Of course, we're not done. What are you? Are you friend? Oh? Are you friend? Outland Berserker. Doesn't sound like friend to me. Do you attack? Hello. Ouch! He's not friend. A lot, but he's not friend. And I need to regenerate a bit. Okay. Also, we have last time gotten ourselves the daggers. Dagers. Oh, he hits like a truck. Absolutely hits like a truck. But hey, we got him. We got him. Let's eat some meat. Then we have to get up there. There's what? Wait, white thingy was silver, no? Or is it iron? Because we also need silver. See what? Also, where'd the music go? Give me back the music. That's silver, yeah. That's good. That's really good. I want to get up there to the house. I don't know why, but the world generation here in the snow biome feels a bit awkward. A bit off. Bump. No. Here, there, this, that. Alright. No. What? Hard to believe that the Ice Age was only 2 years ago. That has, I'm sorry to inform you, but the Ice Age has not been 2 years ago. Okay, I'm not sure about that, but I don't think the latest Ice Age movie even released 2 years ago, I think. Ouch! From fire! Damn! I'm not sure when the last Ice Age movie has been released, but I highly doubt it was 2 years ago. Which one even was the last one? Wasn't it like the one with like the cosmic stuff? the Everfrost. The ice biome now. Now we're officially in the frost biome. But I think the latest one was with like the space stuff. That cadence? No, that is fir wood. Fairy wood. That is cider log. Oh my gosh, this is the one we need. This is the one we need to upgrade the chef's workbench. Not the chef, but the farmer's workbench. I was in the Ice Age movie, trust me. Of course, of course. Also, as we all know, the Ice Age movies, they were literally shot during the Ice Age. So around 2 years ago, as said. Yeah, they are actually not animated. They are real movies. Those are real movies, right? Also, wait, did I? I'm not even sure. I think it was yesterday after the stream. Oh, enemy. His aim is very interesting. Not sure if I like the daggers or not. Anyways, what I wanted to say, yesterday after the stream, Lunio went on a shopping spree. Okay, Lunio bought some things online. Oh my gosh, it's Lunio. Hi, Lunio. I'm fan. Hi, Senas. Hi, I'm fan of you as well. Wait, what? Is that how it works? The PPB zone guy. But Lunio went on a shopping spree yesterday. So, I bought 2 things, okay? I bought 2 things. So, the first thing, as some of you might know... Wait, yep, there is... I want to get to, like, those big mountains. So, as some of you might know, or might remember, last weekend I've been to Italy, and I might have forgotten my earbuds, or my headphones there. So, for reference, I have Pixel Buds 1 Pro, okay? And I had them for 2 years now, and I forgot them. So, what I did, I told the guys there, hey, yo, I forgot my headphones. Can you send them to me? And they were like, yeah, we can send them to you. No worries. And then they told me that they gave the headphones to like a third-party guy, or a third-party company that apparently is responsible for sending lost items, or, well, not lost, but forgotten items back to their owners. Alright, so far so good. I got an email from them, where I had to give like my address and stuff, and then, afterwards, after I entered everything, there was the price. And now, behold, the price was a grand total. I thought it would be like, I don't know, like 10, maybe like 20, at max like 30 Swiss francs to pay, right? Turns out, those guys wanted a grand total of 48 Swiss francs just to send these small little pieces of headphones back to me. For reference, those are like just small wireless earbuds. It's not like a huge package or box they would have had to send me. So, well, I was very upset about that. It's like 2-year-old headphones. I know for some of you got, or, well, also I could have probably kept the headphones for maybe like another year or so. I mean, well, they weren't in perfect condition and stuff, but, yeah. So, I decided to, instead of putting in or investing those 48 Swiss francs into the old headphones, I will get myself new ones, okay? And, basically what I did now is, I ordered new Pixel Buds Pro 2. So the new gen, which has already been released like 1 or 2 years ago. But that is not the point, okay? But yeah, it's the newest one. And, so yeah, I bought the new Pixel Buds Pro because I didn't want to, well, waste those 48 Swiss francs on the old ones. So that's the first thing which I bought yesterday. But still, it's absolutely not understandable why the hell they charge you 48 Swiss francs just to send you a teeny tiny bit of headphones. Like, Huh? That doesn't make sense. I mean, well, now I paid like 3.5 times the amount for the new ones. Okay, yeah. But at least I have new ones now and not the... I mean, if the old ones would have been like a year old or so, then I would have probably considered buying them, right? But they weren't, so they were already a bit older, so I felt like, yeah, time for an upgrade. Well, anyways, that's the first thing I bought yesterday. So you can absolutely drop off one block. Okay, that is interesting. And then Lunia went on to another shopping spree. So basically, also another story, which I have to tell about that one. So the second thing Lunia bought was a book. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting old, but there's not the point. So basically, a few months back at this point, I think it was in November. Well, November or early December, I believe it was when I ordered it. I made like a big order for like 100 Swiss francs. For I had like some 100 Swiss franc coupon, so I didn't really pay anything for the books, right? But I ordered them, and it was like a bunch of mangas which I bought, right? So I ordered like 4 or 5 mangas, I believe, from the or 3 or 4 from the same series, and then also like 2 other ones from like new ones which I haven't read yet. So the 3 or 4 mangas which I bought were from a series that I already have like the first 20 or so entries. But the other ones were new ones which I haven't read yet, or just like, yeah, new ones, and or like entire new franchises. And I ordered 3, whereas 2 were from the same one. So basically 2 new series or franchises, and from 1 I bought only 1 book, and from 2 I bought the first 2 books. And from the one where I only bought 1 book, that one arrived pretty quickly, like a week or 2 later. And I read that one, was okay, was alright. It was what's it called? Wait, let me quickly have a look at what it was called. Wait, I have it lying around here. Exactly. My love story with Yamada-kun. That's what it is called. My love story with Yamada-kun. That is what it is called. So that one I bought, the first entry. It's okay. It's not like very good or very bad. It's just like average. I didn't want to buy the second the second one from that. And the other one I bought is like some no-name manga, which probably no one of you knows, and I probably also should not consider saying out loud in the stream. Because it's I mean, it's not like fully not safe for work, but let's say it's really edgy. I wanted it to be a not safe for work one, just so I can say that I have a not safe for work manga at home. However, turns out it was not fully not safe for work. But that's not the point. Anyways, it's like some no-name, it's like some no-name manga, and basically the first one arrived after like they've written me 3 emails saying, yeah, they have to buy from a new vendor, and they the vendor apparently doesn't have it, and they have to look for a new one, and blah blah blah. After like I think a month or so, it finally arrived then. So like mid or end of December. Was I think, or even early January. That could also be early January. It could also be. So around a month or 1.5 months later after I bought it. And from that one, I bought like the first and the second entry. However, up until now, the second entry has not arrived yet. So I also didn't get any updates there in terms of like, yeah, we've looked at another vendor and we tried to get it somehow. It was just silence from the it was just silence from the side of, what was that? White Cross Sponge. From the side of the vendor where I bought it, right? My love story with Yamada-kun is good. I watched the anime and read the manga 2 weeks ago. The manga is okay. I don't know. I only read the first entry. It wasn't like that crazy, to be honest. And I didn't watch the anime, so I don't know about that. I'm not a man of culture, sadly. Well, what exactly do you mean with that? No, now. What exactly do you mean with that now? But yeah. So basically, the second manga did not arrive, or well, the second part from like the manga where I bought 2 entries from didn't arrive up until like 1 or 2 days ago, which was over 2 months, I believe, from the initial point where I bought it. So I canceled the order, and they gave me a coupon back of like I think it was like 10 or 11 Swiss francs. It was 11 something, I think. And so I went ahead and yesterday then bought another book, and we've just recently watched a movie called Equilibrium in school. Probably most of you know it. I didn't know the movie up until we watched it like this week on Monday. Yeah, it's when we watched it or finished it. It's apparently a really well-known movie, but I didn't know of it before we watched it. And I really liked the movie, and our English teacher, so we watched it in English class, of course, because this is where you always get to watch movies, right? And our English teacher told us about a book called 1984. And probably one or the other of you guys might even know it, because I think it's like a really well-known book, at least as far as our English teacher went. And I decided to buy it because, for one, I want to have like a proper book instead of only like mangas. Because I started this week also with putting away my phone away for like the last 30 or 40 minutes before sleep. And so far I read mangas during this time, but I'm gonna start or see how entertaining to me it is to read like an actual book instead of a manga. And yeah, this is why I've now bought 1984. I don't even know how big the book is, like how many pages it has or anything like that. But I bought it, and I'm now waiting for it to arrive. Now, but ooh, what is that? Waiting for it to arrive. What kind of dungeon or catacomb? Oh. Whap. Lump. Has a lot of HP. Alright, good. Literally 1984. Wait, a book doesn't have 1,984 pages, right? It doesn't have 1,984 pages. I mean, that's good because there's a lot of content, I guess. But didn't expect it to be this big. I thought it would have like around. Wait, 1,900 pages is way too much. No, it doesn't have that much. How many? I'm googling now. How many pages does 1984 have? Around 320 to 340 pages. Okay, so we're in at around 320 to 340 pages. So yeah, and I know as much of the story, like I didn't spoil myself, but basically what our English teacher told us, it's the story about a world where there's a dick, of course no, about a totalitarian regime, so basically like a dictatorship, something like Germany back in 1940s, right? And apparently they try to rewrite history in order to make people forget about what what used to, or I'm not really sure why they try and rewrite history, to be honest, but probably so that people do not question the whole regime, and they don't have any point of looking back as to how it was, because if you don't know, or probably it's just a guess, but if you don't know how something was, then you also do not think about it to ever change, probably. But yeah, basically that's what I know about it. And also apparently there's some love story going on. That's what I read on like the page where I bought the book. So yeah, I don't know. But it sounds quite interesting, so really looking forward to reading it. On the other hand, though, on the other side, I feel old because I now start to read, well, buy and read books. Makes me feel old, but I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. I'm an unk anyway, so that is totally fine. Eat real quick. Plus I really enjoyed the premise of like Equilibrium, so the movie we watched at school. Because basically, for the ones that don't know Equilibrium is a movie also in like plays in the future, where the premise of the movie is basically, yeah, if humans don't have any emotion, then no wars will happen. Because, well, why do wars happen? Yeah, people fight each other due to emotion, right? So if we just turn off emotion from people, then we don't have any more war, right? Then we don't have any war no more. And it basically depicts a future in which there's also like some kind of totalitarian regime, and everybody who shows emotion is getting killed, basically. And then you have this one big city, I don't remember what it was called, and everybody there has to take a drug, like inject themselves some kind of drug every day, which suppresses their emotion. And when you don't take the drug, you're also getting killed. And yeah, then you basically you see how that works out and how empty the humans are. And there's also like some special force which goes out of the city, and there are like people still living outside of the city, and they obviously have emotion because they are against the totalitarian regime, but they're getting killed from like the special forces, and it's pretty interesting. And they also play or depicted in a way that, yeah, the special force goes out of the city in order to also eliminate all kind of like books and paintings which have ever been made, because that could cause humans to think back or regain the ability to have emotions, right? So the special force goes outside of the city and has to destroy all of like paintings and books, stuff like that. So in the interesting, for example, they destroy the Mona Lisa. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting movie. It's the reverse for me. I used to read 300-page long books, but now I struggle to focus on very basic tasks. Well, that is called brain rot, Sadas. Don't worry, that is called brain rot. But no, I think that actually has to do with why did I open it? That has actually to do with social media, I think. I mean, well, back in the days I also used to read a lot, to be honest. I mean, it was more for like well, kid/teenager books with like 100 to 180 pages, somewhere along that. What's it called? They have like a group of like 12 to 15-year-olds who undergo like some, or who go on like adventures and stuff like that, and have to reveal some unsolved mysteries and crimes and stuff like that. But of course, like depicted for or in like a child book. So yeah, that was cool to read. It's unfortunately we're like, or well, unfortunately, it was from a German writer, so the name is also German. So I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it in an English way, because it will just sound weird. But yeah, those were cool. But yeah, I don't know. Ever since I also started with really crazy with the power moves. Ever since I started like not being on the phone before I sleep, I feel like I also have like a lot more, or my attention is there a lot more. I don't have like a short attention span. I mean, I in general don't really ever had a short attention span, to be honest, but it feels like it's gotten better, I guess, or just more comfortable. Ever since I stopped using phone before bed. And also another thing which I tried starting doing from today on. So basically the past few days I always woke up. I'm not sure for how long it has been now, actually, but I used to and still do always wake up like half an hour. It's like 40 minutes before my alarm goes off. And what I did now, I asked Gemini, hey yo, what can I do now? Like, I wake up every day like at 5 to like 5:40, or somewhere between 5 and 5:40 a.m. Well, what does that mean? What can I do? And I also told Gemini that I always try and aim to go for like those 8 hours of sleep. So usually I sleep at like 10 p.m. And Gemini told me, if you always wake up after like 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep, it is a sign that you have a really good circadian rhythm, and that you should get up. That you should get up instead of turning around in bed again and not go to sleep. And go to sleep again. Because apparently you will just feel more tired afterwards, and there's no real benefit in staying in bed for half an hour longer. So I did this now. Instead of, like, I woke up. It was actually very interesting. So this night, actually, I woke up at 3:20, at 4:20, and at 5:20 a.m. And basically at 5:20 or 5:30, then I didn't turn around again in bed, but I got up. And at least today, I did not feel any difference in terms of energy throughout the day. Now, that is good. Well, speaking of which, right now I'm actually feeling a bit more tired than what I would usually, but I guess it's just because in general, like last night, I didn't sleep all too much, or well, had like a bit of a fragmented sleep. But yeah, I don't know. I wanna try this now for the next few days instead of turning around in bed, just getting up. And I also plan on doing that on the weekend now, at least as good as possible. To go to bed at like 10 and get up as soon as I wake up. So at 5:30 or something like that. Because why not? So yeah, that is. Those are some updates from my personal life. Updates from my personal life. I'm not sure if anybody's interested in it, but whatever. Now you know. Why's this guy attacking so much? Ouch! Aye. Dropped his mace. Big fish. I'm not sure if big fish attacks. Well, at least he's dead now. I have the mace. Trap mace. Wham! He dropped 2 fish. Alright. So we're also still in the cave and on the lookout for some minerals. I mean, in particular, we're out for cobalt. We have 50 cobalt, which is pretty good. It's like pretty good. Is there more? I think there. Whereas we also have Spidey here. Still not sure if I like the daggers or not. Still not sure if I do or not. No. And we start having too much cobalt, which means we soon have to go back to base. We have to go back to base. So. Oh, there. Very nice. Also, today is like a really good example of the non-Osu days where it is just the game is like second and the yapping goes first, which I really like. I really like this style of stream. I mean, it can seem a bit messy at times, I know, but I don't know. You guys know that I love yapping, so why not do it? Or put it first. I mean, well, my streams are often probably also, or can be seen as, podcasts to a certain degree, with the amount of yapping that I'm doing. Or could also be something else. Let's try and see what we get. There's cobalt, nice. I also have no clue as to whether or not cobalt is stronger or weaker than thorium, but we're about to find out, right? We're about to find out. Nice. We have another 25? No, 23. Bit of risk. But soon we have to go back to base because it's very not good. It rolls down here. Like it, right then. I am find ourselves a way back up. Dungeon. Is that the dungeon where we've not the dungeon we were before? Right here we have some cobalt. Damn, more cobalt! We should should collect ice log, basalt cobble. Well, let's exchange those two. I really didn't think that we would find so much cobalt today, to be honest. Especially, like, I feel like we're finding more than we did with thorium, no? Feels like we found much less thorium when we were in the desert. Interesting. And at the same time, ice biome feels much deadlier than... Nobody. Oh, golden chest! A lot of things. Wow. Whoop. Good. No. Try and slowly but surely make our way out of the cave. I know we have to teleport and we could simply go back to our base and also put all the cobalt already in the furnace. But I mean, so long that the inventory somehow plays along. Okay. I mean, we also do not have to other chests with just random nonsense items, right? So that is fine if we still do some proper management. That iron? Iron. Grab the iron, I would say. Because we're probably gonna need it anyways. So, we cannot collect it. Ah, we're full! Full again. Fool me once. Okay. Go. Don't fool me once. I don't remember how the saying goes. Also, thinking about it right now, the caves remind me a lot of like the old Minecraft caves. I really like. Like in general, for like pure caving, I used to like the old Minecraft caves, which they're meanwhile like really old, no? They're like old. I mean, not as old as me, but they're old. Now I'm here with the hammer. Plump! He dead. Oh. Iron! Really have to go back to base soon. Got like too many minerals down here in the cave. But I like that they, or at least it appears to me like, the harder the area, the more things or the more minerals you get in the cave. That was like a really cool. Oh, that hurt. Really have to go back soon, huh? Really have to go back soon. I don't want to go back. When the mine. Mining away in the mine room. Oh, how does the sound go? But it is Minecraft day in this Minecraft world, right? Old but gold. Like too many minerals here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna place down the teleporter. I'm gonna warp our way home. Ice cave. Very innovative, I know. And then we're gonna go back to base. And we'll quickly head inside, because I don't want to have any enemies. Let me sleep real quick. And then we throw all of the items into the chests. And of course, the lump. Alright. And of course, we're also gonna put all of the ores in the furnace. Which is that? Keep essence of life as well. Well, better lock, really important. The fruit, thick. All right, good. We really have to start making some kind of oh, we can't even throw everything in now. Those and right. Put all the charcoal back in there. Okay. Now, wait, we can quickly have a look. Can we upgrade? Need 4 greater essence of life. Yeah, the chili are grown. Okay. So, we can harvest chili, and then we should be probably able to upgrade our workbench another time. Well, at least the At least a farmer's workbench. Whereas one might wonder, what is it useful for? And I will answer with, I don't know. No, just kidding. It is it's useful for wood later on, at least. So that is pretty good. And also for Essence of Life, which basically acts as some kind of currency, I believe, for the villagers. Well, not villagers, but the NPCs. No. Let's see, we have to craft 4 of those. And then we can upgrade. You guys ready for an upgrade? 3, 2, 1. Boost! For upgrade! There we go. Next up, we need rice and cotton. Cotton. Huh? What? Oh, never mind. We can buy it here. I was like confused as to why can we not buy it? Why can we not buy it? But the seeds are here. Okay, never mind. It all makes sense now. Let's just pour everything into cotton now, and then we'll do like 100 of those into like that, and then we can do this, and we can do like that, and then we have like 78, 79 bags of cotton. We can then plant down. Don't need this much technically, but it's fine. And also cotton should probably now also give us a lot more, or well, supposedly, I'm not entirely sure, but probably will give us even more Essence of Life on harvest. So that is plenty good. That good old beloved watering can. And then we're capable, or well, able to water everything. Nice. Lamp. Go. Water. Refill. Well, I think in terms of like farming, the thing which I would like the most is a sprinkler system. That would be like the most useful thing. It's like the harvesting and the planting. Yeah, I mean it's a bit annoying from time to time, but it's okay. It's like okay, you can look over it. But the watering is a bit of like the annoying part of farming. Oh right, we also have a lot more in here, including a lot more of that. Oh, good. Just eat the fish. The rest we try to smash. No, but put into the chest. Already have some stove. I think so. And the chests are full again. Do I have chests? Oh. There we go. Yes. Good. So fish we can here. Yes, we can stand here. Oh, we can upgrade the furnace! Is that worth it? What does the furnace level 2 do? Should we try it? Let's upgrade it. What that one will do. Oh, it has a 3rd slot. Alright. So we have much more capacity now, I guess. That is somewhat of an upgrade, I guess. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how to feel about that one. What I want to check though. Dry wood. Okay. Whatever dry wood is. Well, that's probably the next step we're gonna go to. Anyways. We need that one next, probably, right? We need to upgrade, well, or the alchemist workbench, but it's for potions and elixirs. That's not really necessary. Here. Cloth. No clue where we get that one from. Yeah, I think the next really big upgrade. Oh, no way! That one. We could also invest in the blacksmith thingy. Or maybe this particular guy right here. So much stuff. So much stuff. I don't know where to begin. Or what is the best plan of action? Course of action. Okay, you know what? First things first. First things first. Let's head over to... Let's head over to the shrine. How many times will it happen that I fall down? Water lily? Can you stand on the water lily? You cannot. Okay. Okay. I want to go to that point. Alright, we should also be able to find a temple thingy. Oh, wait. Quickly have to regenerate. Hello? Where's my... Oh, there we go. Okay, now it is regenerating. How much damage does that one deal? Which was that? 37. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Anyways, back to the Forgotten Temple. Woo! That is cool. That is very cool. Can we... You absolutely can. Alright, so... Let's see how many memories we have. Plus 29. That is not entirely enough to unlock the next thingy, which is the Ancient Gateway and Portal Fragments, as well as a backpack upgrade to Decorative Chest, Eternal, blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. We've unlocked Abysmal. We've also completed the Quebec thingy. Right. Don't have any one of the mythics yet. Okay, Outlanders are from the Ice Bite. That we learned. Alright. This is Garax. Found in Badlands. Found in Fens. Oh, so it also tells you where you found them. Alright. That is pretty interesting. That one we found in Survey Map Region Zone 3 Shallow Ocean Tier 3. That is a very interesting place. Alright. Well, good. Now we're close to... Wait, where are the golems in? Oh, elemental here. Living Spark? Turn to the heart of Orbis and Drifting Plains. I don't remember that one. Oh wait, are the... Where's the thing we found last time? The Void Spawn, that one. Was it? There's the last Void Spawn. Interesting. Well, let's go back to the overworld. And, we gotta think, guess what the next course of action will be. we can either try and aim for an upgrade of the workbench, so that we can make better pickaxe and stuff, or we could aim for better armor or weaponry. It's a hard decision to make. Really tough decision to make. I mean, we go just with the workbench for now, so we can have better pickaxe. We don't even have the material yet to make better pickaxe, right? I'm not sure that is worth it. I mean, we don't even have the materials in general to make that. Like, not even close. Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. To first of all get those ones upgraded. So, what do we need? Okay, so for that one we need Venom Sack. Yeah, let's upgrade that one. Let's upgrade the blacksmith first of all, so that we're sure to be able to craft some cobalt weaponry. So let's make that. Nice. Oh, holy lot. We need plenty of materials to upgrade that one again. But it's possible though. Wait, for the mithril stuff you need void hearts. Okay. That is interesting. For that one we need Azure Lock. We make a teleporter and go to the Azure place. Okay, well, we don't have a teleporter. Oh, don't have a spare teleporter. But what we do have is a... No, we're not gonna jump in there once again. Horse, can I please borrow you for a moment? No. Don't run away. Don't run away! I need you. I need you, horse. We are plenty fast with horse. Look at how fast we're going. Horse is fast. Horse is much faster, but nope. Okay, so we cannot collect berries and ride the horse at the same time. We shoot bow. We cannot shoot bow and be on the horse. That is really unfortunate. We are really fast with the horse. That is. Whee! And horse can also jump pretty far. Makes crossing those tiny little rivers a bit more pleasant. Okay. Time for us to go to the Azure biome. Also, does horse run away now after rode it for quite a bit? I hope not. But it probably will, right? Probably will. Do you run away? It absolutely does run away. Alright. Well, whatever. The only thing we care for is Azure wood. So, let's collect some of it. That should give us a lot, actually. Better make it worth it. How much is that? 69. Okay, so 69 logs from one tree. That is okay. Not very good, so very bad. I'll take it. I'll take it. I think that's to genuinely fly, yes. Right. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, let's grab a bit more. Looking for like the big ones. The big one. But there are not a lot of them. There are not a lot of them. Like we've already harvested really big. The horse somewhere. If you can manage to find the horse, that would be pretty cool. Also, we need a bit of azure kelp. Yeah. Why is everything azure here? I mean, yes, the azure biome, but still. I'd like it to have a bit of cooler name for everything. Guess that's asked too much, though. Horse, are you here? Anywhere? Somewhere? Nowhere? Don't say anything if you're here. Okay, so the horse must be here. Question is only which. A lot of piggies. And no horses. And even find the horse from up here. I even took fall damage for you, horse. Come on. Know that you won the rhythm, but wait, that's kind of weird. I know that you want to, I don't know how to say it now in a non-sexual way. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and go back home. Also, I have no clue where I can find the limit of teleporters that we can have. Because we have more than what the maximum teleporter says on the memory thingy. Then again, I have no clue where the actual cap is. And I cannot imagine us to be allowed to have an infinite amount of teleporters. Would be cool, but I just simply cannot imagine that to be the case. Alright, so let's slowly but surely traverse back. I'm also not sure if you can tame a... If it's possible to tame a horse or not. That was cool. We'll kill both together. So that it doesn't run away. But I don't think it is possible, unfortunately. Well, maybe it is. I mean, it will make sense. Thinking about it for more than 2 seconds. No. Maybe there is some. Haven't figured it out just yet. I mean, one simple way of keeping the horse would be to always put it in a cage. But it's easier said than done when not in my base. I mean, it's easy for me to build a cage base. It's not so easy to build a cage when we're somewhere out in nowhere. And then the worst case scenario, we even have to fight some enemies, and then we kind of look after the horse at the same time, right? So that will not work. Also, let me quickly open the window. There we go. So, all right, and the cotton has grown nice. We'll harvest it in just a moment. First thing first. To put everything just. Bump. Also the sticks we've collected up here. Hello, hi. Hi, Sedas, welcome. Hi. Hello. I'll be doing great. Hey Google, jerk it at 300 BPM. Google didn't go on this time. Wow. Really thought it would be turned on by that. Where were we? Here, exactly. Upgrade the armorer's workbench. Nice. And also the chili powder. Always good to have some spare teleporters. And right, that one requires some other things. That one is burning. Alright, so time for the crops. Time for the crops once again. How much? What does that give us? 7? Holy. A lot. There's plenty. Yeah, how much we're gonna be left off with once we harvested everything. Quite a lot though. That'll be quite a lot. I mean, we also require a lot of crops, don't get me wrong. But still. Thing is, the more we have, the more we can make, right? The more we have, the more we can make. Especially with like the infinite seed packs is gonna get satisfying in the future. Used to fertilize tilled soil. Fertilize crops to grow 2 times faster. Well, it's not as good as a watering can. And that requires poop! We don't have poop. We cannot... I have no clue how we get poop in the first place. Make a thorium hose. That's just an iron one. Well, we still have our copper hose, so we don't need that. There. Yeah, well. Unsure yet as to how this stuff works, right? Unsure yet as to how this stuff works. What I know for a fact, though, is that we require... Race back. Race back. I don't understand PPM. Some says some is 110 to 120, others say 330. I don't know how that one works either, to be honest. I don't know how that one works either, to be honest. What I do know is that sometimes with jacks, at least, though, you have to divide it by 2. So if you have 240 BPM, it in reality means 120. So I have no clue why it is like that. There's probably some reason behind it. Yes, or humans are just stupid. That could also be. I mean, to me personally, at least, it's just strange. I have no clue if I should water all the crops now or not. Alright, good. Crops done. I think actually tier 7 is the last tier. No, is there a tier 8? Oh no, there is palm saplings. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We do actually have another one. Actually have another tier. What is that? 100 memories to unlock that. That's a lot. Quite a lot. Like gold and cobalt first. Then once we're done with that, shift to another mineral. Can we make a cobalt pickaxe? Yes, we can. Also cobalt axe. Like to have both. It appears to me that, yeah, you also require more cobalt in order to craft a cobalt tool compared to the thorium stuff. So I really think it is better. Really think it is stronger. Harder, better, faster, stronger. All I never power after. Such a banger song, but I don't know the lyrics. Make it up. Well, I never. Or maybe it's just times 2 because 120 BPM is 2 keys per second, but at the 2 is 4, and that sounds more reasonable. I don't know, but then it wouldn't make sense because people usually refer to it as as like 120 BPM and not 240 BPM. Hey Alexa, order 100 tungsten cubes to home. That stuff would be expensive. Luckily, I don't have an Alexa at home. I in general don't have any home or smart home system, except for, of course, the Google one from my smartphone. But that's it. Also, quick hydration reminder, guys. My mouth gets really dry, so I will take a quick sip of water. Bubbly water. Alright, good. Nice and hydrated. Nice and wet. So, let's see. The next thing we need would be a set of... No, I mean we have the daggers, right? They are on the same level most certainly compared to the cobalt daggers. So can keep that, even though I would really like to have a sword. The sword is expensive, so we don't make it. Armor requires us to have heavy leather. We don't have any heavy leather, so that's a silly move. I would know where we can get heavy leather from. That would be like really good. Toggle the visibility. That I didn't. That I did not know. Okay. So, we have two things that we can do now. We can either head down into the fire biome, or we can head back into the ice cave. I mean, in the ice cave, we'll find plenty of... In the ice cave, we'll find plenty of, what's it called? Plenty of minerals. What we can also do is go into the ice world in general. And now that it turns nighttime, might find some really interesting enemies here. So that might even be worth a consideration. Go up there, or in general into the like snow cold biome stuff thingy. I'm trying to have a look for some new enemies. That might okay, Google, jerk it crazy style. Daggling. Also, why does the moon look like a black hole? I don't hope that it is a black hole. Have you ever imagined what it would be like if Earth would be sucked into a black hole? I still think it would be a crazy experience. I mean, it would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but I would still say it is worth it. Hello Setas over on Twitch. Hello Setas over on Twitch. Up here. Ah. Climb. Get up. Alright. And Bo, welcome to the stream. Hi, welcome. Hope you're also having had a great Thursday today. Welcome. Did you play the new Terraria update? Nope, I have not played it. I heard that there was a new one, but I didn't play it, so I have no clue what is in there. I also have not had a look as to what is in there. So if you want, you can spoil me. It's not like I really care all too much about being spoiled there. So yeah, if you want to, feel free to share some information. What has been updated. Wait, that's not good. Okay, nice. What to? Hell World, Dead Cell crossover. Oh yeah, I read about that. I read about that, but I have no clue what the content is, what they actually have added. Because with the what was it called again? Why are there so many of those? There's also big guy. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we have to heal before we do it. Otherwise, we're gonna die. Something I don't wanna experience, if possible. Summer update basic. Okay. Well then. I'm not a summoner anyways, usually, so I don't care. But it's like, PR mode, there is a hard mode content which they've added. Focus with the PvP right now, as there are like so many enemies spawning in. Yes. There's this guy with big sword. There's not only guy with big swords. Luckily, we got the signature attack there. Well, Lord. You can now make secret seeds. That sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. I mean, I never played secret seeds, to be honest. Like, never. Never had a map with a secret seed. Or a world. But, I guess that's cool. Not really sure how it will work for some combinations, though. Oh, Grand Lunio, may I go to the bathroom, please? Would you have said, can I go to the bathroom? Then I could have brought, like, the... Or made, like, the normal future joke. I don't know if you can. But you may go to the bathroom, sad ass. Getting a lot of monster stuff right now. That is like really good. Walks away. What is with the guy? Not that easy. We also don't have that much food left. This? Looks like a new enemy. New enemy are usually the interesting ones. Hello? Void Spectre. Of course it can't be only the Void Spectre, but it has to be both of those guys. Huh? What is he doing? He's gone. Where'd he go? Huh? Oh. Yes, there he is. Kill him? Got some essence, so let's abandon this guy and kill his parents. We're not gonna go after parents, but we can go after him, sure. I would have banned him already if it wasn't for nighttime. Right? A lot of a bit more of the venom stacks would be good, but which right? Good. So let me me quickly pan this guy. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Ban! There's something funny about banning people, okay? There's something about no way you miss again. I didn't miss. I banned the right guy, okay? I banned the right one. Don't do me like that, Sadas. Don't do me like that. I just died from one hit. Alright. So. Slowly but surely they're turning daytime again. Where's the moon? That is the moon. No, never mind. Moon is still over there. Are we? I have not been to the mountains yet. I have not been to the mountains. Is that a monster? Or is that a... I don't know what. A plant. It is a plant. It's like a cool plant though. Storm thistle. And we have gold! Give me all the gold. Alright, good. Gold is actually really important. We need it for, I guess, upgrading the sorcerer workbench, I think it was. Which, in return, we need for, I have no clue. Yeah, when we upgrade it, okay? I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue. I think it is important. It feels important. It gives off a feeling of importance. So that is good enough for me. That is good enough for me. There are structures back there. I didn't even notice. There's void essence. Whereas I didn't even know it existed. Lump. Now how do we get up here? One way to find out. Hello, please. Got us far enough. Got us far enough. Polar bear strong. Sorry for attacking you, bro. He is strong. But he drops a lot of heavy hide. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's stand another teleporter. Icy plateau. So. No more arrows? Alright, he dead. I would propose we go back to base real quick. We don't have a lot of meat anymore. And I would prefer not to go down right now. Oh, we missed. Now we missed setting, okay? Now we missed. Are there like a lot of spiders here? Because if there are, we could farm some stacks. Look like it. Doesn't look like it. And some of the rice is already mature, but not all of it. But it's not all of it. Hold in here. Start with quick sorting. Quick sort, quick sort. I really hate the fact that they put the quick sort on top of the button, on top of the chest, and not on top of the player inventory. Like, that is genuinely annoying. Oh well, nothing we can do about it, I guess. Nothing we can do about it. So. A lot of fire, a lot of ice. Ice and fire. Here we need a lot of heavy leather. Which, at least now with the polar bears, we might have a good source of leather. With a bit of luck. With a bit of luck. So, it's also nice the farther into the game you get. Or at least it feels like the further into the game you get, the more materials you also get. That is like pretty cool. Pretty cool. Mushrooms. Like anything we have a lot of. Yeah, meat skin. Does the skewers all give you the same effect? Oh wait, vegetable skewer. That stuff is good. Yeah, every skewer gives you the same boost. You have like 10 of those? I don't know. Oh, it takes a lot of time to craft, huh? Workstations can link to storage chests in a radius of 14 by 6 up to 100 chests may be linked with a station. Oh. Okay, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. Well, I mean, let's just make some vegetable skewers, I guess. I don't know. They at least seem to be pretty good. Better thing. Lettuce and wild berry. Or lettuce. Just lettuce and any type of mushroom. Can we plant mushroom? Not even sure if we can. I'm not even sure if we can plant mushrooms. Probably not though. But I mean any type of vegetable. So any type of vegetable also means that we can just simply take anything from here, which is why we probably also have so much. I mean, not all of them are vegetables, but a lot of them. Holy, that gives a lot of health stuff thingy. Okay, so we also don't have any more arrows. We have a lot of warps, but we don't have a single ouch. We don't have a single one of the what is it called? Like where we found the golems? Shrines? Probably shrines. Huh? Oh, up there is it? Okay. There. Oh, there's a polar bear. Nice. Okay, I actually like the daggers. I actually like the daggers. It's a bit of... What the hell is shining back there? Well, you gotta wait a moment. I wanna figure out what the hell is shining back there. These shiny things are usually rare, I think. I don't know. A lot of shiny things back here. Hello? Are these plants? Oh, these absolutely are plants, but on closer inspection, it turns out that this is only the red plant, and not the blue one. Well, the same for you then, huh? Or are you an actual blue plant? Nope, you're just red plant as well. It's just a blood leaf all over again. Alright, well, let's go to the dungeon now. Let's get to the dungeon now. Also, how fast can we break this? 2 hits, okay. Just within 2 hits. Dungeon! Oh? Oh, there it is. There it is. enemy. Enemies outside of place here first. Okay, good. Now let's tackle the one side. The vegetable skewer for the regeneration. They have a lot of armor. And 2 hits and they're dead. Whoa! I didn't know I could fly this high! Good. Generate some stamina. Then let's this one. Any more of you, huh? I don't have an issue fighting you guys. I'm stronger than all of you together. Come and be, huh? Huh? No way you're gonna beat me. No way. Oh, never mind. There is a chest. Good things. All the good things. Also, we should take the chest with us in general, actually. Because we're starting to running low on chests in our base, and probably gonna be happy if we come with us. Banners also look. Hide in those crates. That I didn't. That I didn't. That is good to know, though. Nothing in there. Well, it's just we're grabbing the chest anyway, so it doesn't matter. We don't have to support. Any other chest? No, I think that's everything. That's everything. So let's. What was it there? There's another village. There's another village. The village shouldn't contain all too crazy things, I believe. Actually, let's not go to the village. Village is there. It looks like normal. Biome. But I see another ice bear over there. And we really need the heavy height for crafting items. Holy moly, he is quite some knockback, huh? Oh, we killed him. And he only drops medium height. It's only a part only drops medium height. There's a buffalo! Hello. Oh. Are you friendly or are you enemy? Oh? What? Not sure how to feel about it. There's medium height and raw beef, okay. I mean, after I attacked him, he started attacking me, okay? So, not only my fault. I say it was for science, okay? Don't worry, guys. It's okay. Just for science. For research. I don't think we have an arrow, do we? No. The game's fooling us again. Makes us into thinking that we have something that we don't have. Ah, it's just like money. It's just like money. You think you have it, but then at the end of the month, you don't. Alright, so time to kill some ice bears. Or polar bears. Yeah, polar bear. I don't mean no harm. Only harm, so don't worry. Damn, those daggers truly deal a lot of damage. Those daggers truly deal a lot of damage. Don't let furries see that last kill. Ah, it's fine. It's only furries. I'm not a furry myself. I wouldn't go as far as to say I hate furries. I wouldn't say that I like them particularly either, okay? So it's It's weird. Furries are weird creatures. You are though. I am not a furry. No, Sedas. I am not a furry. It's starting to feel like Christmas. Why Christmas? Just because I kill ice bears? I don't think you kill ice bears on Christmas, do you? I don't know what kind of Christmas you celebrate, but I wouldn't consider it. I wouldn't consider it to be like Christmas when you kill ice bears. Rust. That thing is similar to what I expect to be happening in Doro's brain. Like, just look at his face. Except for the like, probably Doro has less. Doro probably has less IQ than the snail, but it's probably around the same. Just look me in the eyes already. But it's probably on like a same level. Also, we have to do something for scientific reason. Okay. Okay, essence of ice. Amplan Constant, welcome to the stream. Hi, welcome. Would you rather be a certified twink or a furry? What is the definition of a certified twink? What exactly is a twink? Like, just so we are. Is it like a fanboy? Or snail dropping meat? Yeah. Don't you want to eat the snail's meat? I know that you want to. I know that you want. Twink means submissive boy, fanboyish. That's a hard decision because both is really bad. Like, furries is like really, really bad, and the other one is also like really, really bad. I guess if I had to choose between one of the two. Wait, submissive means you do everything that the other person says, right? That is like submissive, right? Just so I always get it wrong what it means. Submissive. Ready to conform to the authority or will of others. Okay, look. Okay, now it depends. It depends. Okay, if I were submissive simply to like a hot golf girl, okay, look, then I would be submissive anyways. But that is just because I'm fine with her dominating me. If I were submissive in terms of like a friendship, of like, I don't know, submissive about you guys, then that would be a whole different story, okay? So it depends. It depends on who we're talking about being submissive. If it is submissive in general, then I would probably be a furry. Then I would probably choose to be a furry, even though it really hurts to say that. If it is being submissive just to like some hot girlfriend, then I would absolutely be submissive. Yes. And take that one. So that is gonna be my answer. You know, bottom stuff, cutesy, etc. Cutesy? What do you mean by cutesy? Yeti. Yeti. A lot of damage. Oh? Yeti? Really bad feeling about this. I really have a bad feeling about him. Huh? Where'd he go? Eh? No. Yeti? He didn't die. Oh, he went back to his place. But I mean, being submissive to a girl isn't necessarily a bad thing, I would say. I mean, no, it's alright. To a certain degree. If it's like to an extreme, then that's a whole different story. Right, anyways, you killed the Yeti. What is in this camp? Nothing. So the Yeti is pretty much useless. Wow. Thought we'd have a cool... There's Evoli! Oh, no, wait. It's not called Evoli in English. Eevee! Eevee! The Pokemon! Evoli is like the German name. Okay, sorry. There's Eevee with the horns. The Mouvlon lamp. Let me test something out for scientific purpose. We're done with scientific research. Alright. Your Hytale character had schizophrenia for a second. Yeah, I don't know, he does that sometimes. Well, actually, it was the first time that he did it, but still. Die! Nice. Also, now that we have the skewers, the vegetable skewers, pretty much an unlimited amount of them, I don't even have a bad feeling about eating, but... Lunio! Yes, ass! Yes, ass! Top of the mountain. Ah! We're up! Oh, there's gold. Good. Now, so we can up here. There are wolves. Okay, so we're gonna go. Also, so much wood. I just realized by now. He reached his peak. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that one is even a bit higher, but I'm gonna go up there. I want to grab that gold. Let's grab the gold. There's a portal. There's a portal. Do you recommend, and what would you do if? Exactly, I recommend, and I would absolutely do. No. Oh, there's even some cobalt here. We didn't even have to go into the cave before. We could have just remained on the top of the mountain. Okay, well. Partially, at least. So we grab some wood. Well, not necessarily wood, but sticks. Oh my lord, this new axe is so much faster! New axe is so much faster, look at that! Wump, 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 wump. It only takes like 2 hits and not a gazillion. Nice, Lunio. Yes, that ass. Yes, that ass. It's raining, man! Hallelujah, it's raining wood. I take all the wood that I can take. Fill the backpack. Nice. Okay. I have like 1 or 2 more. We used just because it's funny right now to farm them, harvest them. Nice. Hello. Hello. Hi, Sedas. Also funny because most people watch the stream on YouTube and they're so confused whenever I talk with the one person on Twitch. But it's fine. It's fine. Also, the dual streaming so far is pretty interesting. I don't know. Also, how long have we been doing dual streaming now for? Probably also like half a year or something like that at this point, no? Feels like an eternity. But it's also interesting how the YouTube channel pretty much came to a standstill, and the only things in the info feed here on the stream elements is from, or most of it at least, is from Twitch. So that is pretty interesting. I mean, it is to be expected that at a certain point would hit a certain or some kind of standstill, I guess. But still. Nice, get that one. No. Get rid of those bad boys. Right. Ah! No, ah! Stop running away already! Thank you. Good. Hasn't there been more ice bear polar bears? Yes, there are indeed a lot more. Let's... Is that a baby polar bear? Hope it's not. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Oh. Baby. It looks small. There's a lot of damage, so it's not. Alright, so. Fighting skills of a dying ant. Ah. Doesn't matter. Combat is alright. The combat is okay. But, also, like, in terms of, like, the channel growth, it's, I think, a pretty interesting thing to talk about as well. As, for me, it is kind of a thing that drags me down a bit, personally, to see that the numbers are on a, pretty much have been on a standstill for a few months now. Oh. Ah! There we go. Alright. It drags me down a bit to see that the numbers are on a standstill. On the other hand, though, if we're being absolutely honest here, I don't make content which is meant for, like, a very big audience, right? No, I don't have, like, high quality content here. I mean, of course, we have high quality gaming. So, I am not even halfway, or like, that much surprised that channel has come to pretty much a standstill at this point. But it would still be fun to have some numbers going up. Who doesn't like big enough? Well, not really big numbers. Who doesn't like numbers go up, right? But yeah, that's something really interesting. But yeah, we'll see. But I mean, then again, especially for like the streams on or like the non-VSRG streams, there I can feel it the most. But that has always been the streams where there has not been that much going on, right? Please. So, I mean, it also makes sense because one of the, well, I'm still unsure up until this day if it was the right decision to stream VSRGs mainly, or if I would have been better off streaming something else mainly. Because it's not like I dislike VSRGs, but it's more like the fact that it keeps me bound to... No! I didn't mean to press that button. Why is E the button for storing everything? No. Okay, good. Nice. But I am still like an all-around type gamer, which also means that I want to play, which means that I also want to play like different kinds of games, as we're doing right now with like Hytale, for instance, or we did with Terraria, Minecraft, Stellar Blade, even Roblox that we played once. We still have to do like a proper dedicated Roblox stream. But yeah, I'm personally just like an all-around gamer, so that is why I really enjoy, but at the same time also am kind of sad about that we don't have as big of an audience with the other game streams. But I mean, it absolutely makes sense that it is the way it is, because we are still mainly a VSRG channel, right? Even though sometimes I don't want to acknowledge that fact. I don't want to acknowledge the fact that my own content is my own content, right? I mean, it's not like I dislike it, right? But I would just like to be able to be at a to have like a community which supports both equally, because I can absolutely not complain about the VSRG streams, right? The VSRG streams are always like so packed with people. Well, packed with people, you know what I mean? We have like several people there, constant number of people, and it's always I can be sure that after a certain point of like maybe after like 50 minutes or so, you have like 3 or 4 people watching at least, right? And with the other game streams, that is not the case, and it is always kind of like hit or miss. And whenever you have a stream, so that is just something which I can say personally from my streaming experience, whenever you have a stream where you don't have anyone in the chat, it is like so much worse than having at least one person that is watching. It's like a difference of day and night. And the best thing as a streamer, or especially as like a small streamer, I have no clue how it is when being a big streamer, and I probably will never experience it. However, as a small streamer, it is like such a cool thing when you have like this one person in the chat who you can interact with, who you can talk to, who is, yeah, just there for like the interactivity, especially in a stream like mine where it mostly relies on interactivity with the chat, right? So, yeah, 177 days ago, so yeah, almost 6 months. Well, since I started streaming, or started doing dual streaming, damn. That's actually a long time ago, damn. Fame sucks, to be honest, especially when you're a streamer VTuber. People make every sort of art of you and clip you when you do something embarrassing. It's like double-edged sword. Would you want to be famous? It's a really hard thing to answer, okay? It's like a really hard thing to answer. I have said it before already. If I had the chance to be a full-time streamer, well, and therefore obviously making, I don't know, like my... Like, if I were to compare it to like my job that I'm, or my career path that I'm doing right now, okay? So, for reference, I'm currently an apprentice as a software engineer. Once I'm done with my apprenticeship this summer, I will have a salary of, those are like public numbers, I think like 5 or 5.5 grand. And when you then go ahead and do like some, like a bachelor, then you're up at like 7.5 grand, I believe it was. And when you do like a master degree afterwards, you're like up to 8 or 8.5 probably. So, and then you work like 2 or 3 years and then you're probably at like 10 grand or something like that, right? So between 8 and 10 grand. And for me, as like being a streamer, obviously I would not need that much money. I would not need that much money. But obviously without money, you cannot survive in the world like we are today, right? And probably not in the near future either. So I really would like to be at a sweet spot where you're like not too famous, but you can just do streaming as a full-time job where you get like your, I don't know, between like 4.5 to 6.5 grand a month, right? So you can comfortably live with it. I know those numbers may seem high for certain people here in the chat, but that is the reality in Switzerland, how much you need approximately to like the average person to live, right? So that is just the reality here in Switzerland. And therefore, if I were to be like financially covered, if I could become like a full-time streamer, I would probably do the trade. Yes, I would probably do the trade, especially also with considering the fact that I'm just a VTuber and not a not somebody who has revealed his face yet, or there's all too much public knowledge about me, right? I mean, well, probably if you were to search a lot through past streams, you could possibly find a lot of information. But all in all, I would probably do the trade with the reason of me not being all too much of a person who also would probably be involved in all too much drama, I think. Like, I personally have a feeling that I mean, well, it's always easier to say now that it's not like that, right? Like, now that you're not in the position. But I feel like I would not be involved in all too much drama. I would be like this kind of streamer who would just mind his own business and have like his funny friend group. Whereas, well, obviously with streaming and stuff, we've just seen it. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with like the VTubing scene, right? But checking it every now and then a bit, and more or less recently, I think it was like a few months ago, like 2 or 3 or 4 months ago, there was like the drama with like Cinder. It's like a VTuber, and she pretty much used her VTubing friends, in quotation mark friends, just used them as like tools, or as like she just treated them as like business partners rather than friends. And long story short, she was hated by the whole VTubing community and got a bunch of shitstorm and blah blah blah. And so, something like that, of course, is what I not would want to happen. But then again, you will always have people like that, especially when like the camera is off, people who are just completely different. And that is something which I really try to avoid doing, getting like completely out of my way or losing myself in order to become famous, right? So, or in order to gain views, which is also part of the reason why I think that I have not gotten as much attention as I could have, which with that I want to say that I could have played more games which are more mainstream rather than VSRGs. If you want to become a successful streamer, you don't mainly play VSRGs. You play something else where you have like a much higher chance of getting a lot of attention, right? And also like in terms of like the clippability of my streams, so oftentimes we do not have a lot of clips in a stream, which for many streamers, I think at least, they act in order to, well, not all of them, of course, right? But I feel like many people also act a bit to what's it called, clip farm, right? Clip farm, that is the term for it. And that is just something, whereas I feel like I know that I wouldn't overreact in certain situations, which is sometimes required when you want to be a streamer, or when you want to, not when you want to be a streamer, that's the wrong way of putting it, sorry. But when you want to make like clips which go viral and stuff, right? And that is just something which my stream isn't. So the only clip that we've had in like the past few months, probably even, was like the one clip in Hytale just 1 or 2 weeks ago when I was scared, when I was jump scared from the monsters. And that one wasn't overreacted. I was genuinely scared of the monsters. I mean, obviously I express the emotions a bit more when it's on camera, so I would probably be screaming a bit less loud when I wouldn't be on stream. So that was, I don't want to say it was clip farmed, but it was exaggerated a bit more. The emotion of like the scream of when the monsters were there was like exaggerated automatically a bit more, because I'm like in a bit of like in a streamer mode. So also for reference, in real life, I am of course yapping, or I love yapping, especially when I'm like drunk a bit. But as soon as I'm like with friends and stuff, I'm just like normal, and I just talk whenever it fits, right? And not yapping all the time like I do right now. But I enjoy doing it here in the stream, just the yapping. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. So yeah, it's kind of. I know sometimes things feel like they contradict themselves a bit. I know, but it makes sense. It makes sense, or at least in my world it does. But yeah, I guess you kind of get behind the idea of like the thing which I'm trying to say. So yeah. Also, it is already 8 p.m. You kidding me? Time absolutely flew by right now. Ah, that's what I hate about long yap sessions. Time just flies by. Damn it. Damn it. No, alright. Anyways. Let's see. Do we have anything that we need to finish? Need anything else that we need to finish? We just walked around a lot now and also didn't do a lot. Be yourself. We love you for that. Thank you, Sedas. Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, with like the being yourself, it's also like when you try to be someone who you not really are, I feel like you can also trick yourself into being somebody who you're not, and you will, from time to time, maybe lose yourself is the wrong way of putting it, as the fake you becomes the real you. But when you go back and reflect on yourself, you might realize that it's not really you, with like the person you've become, right? And that is also part of why I wanna just be authentic and not change myself simply for the sake of the stream, right? Because I've always been someone who loved yapping. I've always been someone who loved deep conversations and philosophizing, I think the verb is right. About things, and therefore it to a certain degree suits the stream because I'm just yapping a lot, right? On the other hand, of course, there are also people who do not like the fact that I'm yapping this much. I can absolutely imagine there have been probably plenty of people who joined the stream and they were like, what the hell is this guy yapping so much? And me personally, I love yapping, so I do it. If you don't agree with that, that is absolutely okay. Then you don't have to be in the stream, right? It is, at the end of the day, it is your free time, and I don't care if you spend it here in the stream or if you spend it somewhere else, so long that you enjoy whatever you do in your free time, right? It's the same as I always say with VSRGs. It applies exactly the same rules. It doesn't matter if you push in a VSRG or if you just casually play it, or if you only play LNs, or if you only play rice maps. At the end of the day, you should just enjoy the game, right? You should just enjoy doing whatever you are doing. And this is absolutely the same for like for like the stream and for people watching the stream. Please continue yapping. I like it. Yeah, well, we're slowly. Well, the thing is, often. Now I continue yapping again. I often start yapping like I open a book and or not open a book, but like open a chapter when I start yapping, right? Metaphorically speaking, and then I just keep on yapping about it. And oh, that is also another point. That is also another argument which speaks for it. And just like it was right now, when I read your message, I was like, or when I was like finished with my short presentation or speech about topic XYZ, I'm like, okay, well, what's next? What is the next thing that I could yap about? Because for most of the part, I'm not that bad at when it comes down to just starting to yap about something out of the blue. But of course, I'm not able to do this 24/7, right? Also, we can plant some crops in the background. I'm not able to do that 24/7. I'm no supernatural being, right? Not that much. Craft this back into that one back into this. I'm no supernatural being. I'm just Doodle, right? I'm just Lunio. And therefore, yeah, I really love the yapping. I've said this like plenty of times now already. But sometimes also my yap comes to an end. But I really love the conversations we had just right now with like the talk about me becoming famous, or just like those more philosophical, hypothetical talks that we have. I really like this kind of conversations, and well, just sharing my view of things, or my opinion. I wanted to say view of the world, but it's not really the view of my My world, yeah, sure. Sure, Looney, it is my world. But the way I watch or think about things, right? I really love such yaps. So yeah, that's why I'm also considering myself to a certain degree a professional yapper. Okay, so we've watered all the crops. That is pretty good. Pretty good. They also start growing already. What's that one? Alright. Also, did we just jump around the all over the fence for like that past 10 minutes? we genuinely didn't do anything. Well, it's okay. It's alright. We had some pretty interesting yapping sessions. Also, I've been thinking about I've been thinking about doing some just chatting streams where we really just are 2 hours in a in like this scene right here, in like the just chatting scene, and we are just yapping for like, I don't know, 2 hours, and I don't know, maybe like every now and then swap over to the browser, Google something like, I don't know, and who the hell is this guy? The rapper, R. Mills. I've seen this guy, but yeah, just googling some things, watching some clips, and just having like some just chatting, right? I think that would probably suit the stream pretty well, I guess, but I never got down to actually doing it. Also, part of the reason being that I'm not sure if I would be able to manage to yap for 2 hours straight is one thing without having like something going on in the background, because often when we have like empty slots in, well, empty slots in the stream, when we have like sometimes we just have it in the stream that I don't know what to yap about, right? And then out of like a game scene or like something which happens in the game, another talk comes out or comes forth from that. And I'm not sure how good that will work in like a just chatting scenario, but I mean, if we never try, we never know, right? If we never try, we never know. Talking about hypotheticals is just so fun. That is true. That is true. And also part of the reason why I haven't tried it, that's like also like a more personal thing, I guess, is the fact that I want to try. I know it sounds really stupid, but I want to try and provide like a good stream experience. Of course, we are not in a really professional setup here. I don't have a good well, I have a decent mic, I guess, but I don't have like a really crazy microphone, nor do I have like a really crazy overlay, nor do I have a really crazy, well, content, which I do during the stream, or a really crazy model. I mean, my Dodo model is, I shouldn't say ripped off the internet, because it is open source, it is publicly available, made for everyone, but I still want to try and give you guys like, to a certain degree, a good experience in the stream, and that is where I guess like what's it called? When you think that you're not good enough at something. I'm not sure what the term is, but I think you know it, like the fear of failing, and I kind of have the fear of not being able to deliver as good of a stream when I would be doing a only just chatting stream, because I've never done it before, so I have no experience. So also like partially fear of the unknown, I guess, where it would absolutely make sense to just throw on the stream. I mean, that is exactly what I did the first time when I streamed, right? I just threw on the stream, I had no idea what would happen, and I loved it. And the fear of mediocrity, fear of mediocrity, meaning fear of mediocrity, also known as coinophobia. is the intense anxiety, dread, or psychological pressure surrounding the prospect of living an unexceptional, average, or mundane life. It involves a deep-seated fear that one's achievements, life, or work are unremarkable. I wouldn't put it to such an extreme for like streaming. I wouldn't put it to such an extreme for streaming. I can actually crazy. I can absolutely see myself like this for like personal career matters. For like personal career matters, like in real life, where it's not really a fear, but it's a good at talking myself down about things which I have accomplished, which is like a big milestone for others. I treat it as something which is not really a big achievement. So for instance, right now, I know many of you are probably not familiar with the concept of apprenticeships. But basically, after school, you go like 4 years into an apprenticeship, for instance, to become like a baker, or in my example, or like in my life, or in my scenario, damn, starting to lose words. Become like an IT guy in software development. Just learn like, or just become like an apprentice, or like become like a like the low. It's not really the lowest, but like just learn a profession, right? And for some people, especially like in my family, it is just or it always has been like this. Or well, my mom did it like this, my sister did it like this, my dad did it the same. They only ever did an apprenticeship, and after like 3 or 4 years they were done with it, and afterwards they didn't go to a university or went studying or made like a bachelor, master, whatever, but they just kept on working, right? And for me personally, I mean, well, it's a bit different in like IT and stuff, right? But for me personally, I'm only getting to like the end of my apprenticeship now, getting like to the final exams, but in my head I am already like one step after. I'm like, yeah, okay, I will pass it anyways, and if I already struggle with like the end exam of my apprenticeship, how am I supposed to, like, I plan to go to it's called university, I think, to make like a bachelor, and I personally think, like, if I already struggle with an apprenticeship, which is like such a low level, then how am I supposed to get like a bachelor, right? And this is like where I differ a lot from like other people, because I personally do not have a big anxiety now for like my specific scenario of like the final exam, which in our case is like a 10-day project which we have to do from like start to finish, with like all the things which are involved in like doing an IT project, right? All the things we learned like those 4 years. And I see it in like when comparing myself to others, which comparing yourself to others is always like, it depends if it's a good or a bad thing. I guess that's like the best way of putting it, right? But now I lost it. What was that? Right, exactly, with comparing myself. But basically, I am not really scared of the final exams of my apprenticeship, because, well, for a certain degree, I know that I will very, very likely pass it without big trouble or big issues. Whereas others, they are like not even sure if they will pass it, and I can imagine, even though they don't say it, they are genuinely scared probably of the exam, and also scared of maybe failing. Whereas I'm like, yeah, if I don't pass it, well, then I know that I've just failed. It also has to do with like the fact that I don't even think about failing it. I'm like, I'm not sure if that is like a bit of not narcissistic, but that is like the wrong way of putting it, but self-conscious? Maybe? I don't know, but like the fact that I know that I am capable of doing something. I'm like not humble about it and say, yeah, confident. Yeah, confident, exactly, thank you. I'm like really confident that I can do it because I have good grades at school, I know the things which I'm doing, stuff like that, right? And therefore, it's also part of the reason why I'm not really scared of exams in general when I have studied properly, because I never had failed in the past, right? University stuff is trivial, regardless of the subject, well, at bachelor's level anyways. Is it? Well, I don't know. I have no clue. I'm really interested in finding that out in like 3 years. In 3 years, I will start with my bachelor's degree probably, and then I will find that out. Yeah, part of the reason which also plays a role here is probably because I have never really failed any big exam before in my life, which would have set me back or anything like that. And the interesting part about this is also that I'm not really nervous about exams. I'm usually like it started really at like 1 or 2, maybe 2.5 years ago. In my apprenticeship, I started to not feel really anxious about exams anymore. Well, let's not get the terms confused. Exams for some people are like semester exams, and exams for other people, for me for instance, is just like, I don't know, you had like 3 weeks or 4 weeks a subject, and now you have a test about it, right? I'm talking about tests, sorry. Just to get the terminology right. I'm not really sure, but just like the small ones. We didn't really have semester exams at during the apprenticeship. I mean, well, depending on the subject, we had exams tests that were at the very end of a semester, which included the whole thing that we did during this particular subject. But usually it's not a lot that we had to do there, or that we had to know, I guess. So yeah, but what was the whole grand scheme of things that we're talking about? Oh my lord, I'm like drifting so far apart with like the whole talk that I'm starting to lose the beginning of things. But yeah, I guess that is a bit of some insights of my personal life and career and anxiety and stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah, that is another great example about me just yapping for like another 10 minutes and like 9 minutes or so out of nowhere. That's also funny about like school presentations. I start being like, back in the days, back in like elementary school or like high school, you had like, you knew you had to do a presentation. You prepared your slides. You, at least in elementary school also, I like wrote down a script, which I learned by heart, word for word. And then whenever you had to, hold the presentation, you were trying to remember everything word by word as you wrote it down on the script. And then eventually, during high school, so there was like 7th, 8th, and 9th graders high school here in Switzerland. I learned that, hey, if you actually know what you're talking about, you're like a subject matter expert. That's really detailed, right? But if you know the stuff you're yapping about, you don't even have to write yourself a script. At least just write down some bullet points on the presentation and you yap about it, right? And that's something which I learned. Because usually I just learned the script by heart and then I just yapped it and then that was sufficient, right? But I didn't think about, hey, maybe it helps if you actually understand what you're talking about, right? It sounds a bit strange. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who who feels like that, but it's the same sometimes for like exam or for like tests at school in general. You just learn everything by heart, but the day after the exam you forget it because you didn't really understood it, right? You didn't really understand it, and therefore you don't really care about it afterwards anymore. Which is also something which I want to change in the future when it comes down to school stuff. I mean, subconsciously I did understand a lot which we've learned, especially in like vocational school now, so from the apprenticeship. But at certain points it was like, what the hell does this even mean? And then like half a year later or so, it just clicked, and then it was like, oh wait, that is something which we've already covered in school. And that is something which is also something that I want to take in like the future. Because you learn it because you want to know more about it, which is also something I'm really interested about. Let me quickly take a sip of water. Have to quickly take a sip of water. Okay, one moment. So, all right, there we go. Which is also something I'm really curious about. Once I will start with going to. It's just that one. Once I will start going to a university, I'm curious to see the difference in motivation of people. Because right now, so what I mean with that, right now in the apprenticeship, or well, probably it's better to start with school, like 1st till 9th grade. So the mandatory school in Switzerland, or at least in Switzerland, you have to go from year 1 to 9. Everything afterwards is you're free, but those are by law. Every child has to go through, or every Swiss citizen has to go through 9 years of education. Well, not citizen, but every child born in Switzerland or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, every child has to go 9 years through 9 years of school in Switzerland. And what I am now curious about is that during those 9 years, you often are like pissed off by school because you're like, why am I going to school? I'm not gonna need most of the things which I'm learning here. It's just there for torturing me, right? Kind of like this mindset. Whereas there's a whole nother topic about, is it really important that schools teach us so many things which we'll never be using again in our lives? But it doesn't matter. Also, Blank Constant, I'll read your message in just a moment. I see it on my screen, but I don't want to lose. We cannot just stop or when I stop yapping now, then I will forget about what we were yapping about. So let me quickly, in quotation marks, finish it. Exactly. So the school years. So elementary school and high school pretty much just feel like mandatory school. Just feels like a chore. You have to go there, and you don't really see the benefit. So after those 9 years, many people here in Switzerland, they decide to do this so-called apprenticeship model, which I just explained, where you learn like a profession. So you go 9 years to school, and then when you are in around 7th or 8th grade just 7th or 8th grade, so 1st or 2nd year of high school, the whole process about sending applications, so it's actually similar to job applications, which you have to send to companies, starts, and you have to decide on what profession you want to learn after school, which the profession you directly learn after school isn't the one you will have to do forever, but you should, if possible, choose something that you like. In reality, most people don't like what they do. So, I was lucky. The software engineering stuff that I'm doing, I really, really like it. Nevertheless, doesn't matter. Once people start going to an apprenticeship, you see that you have somehow bundled, or a bit more filtered out, the people which do not belong together in terms of their interest. So, for instance, me, who me who started now as a software engineer, I also have people in my class which are somewhat at least interested in software engineering or do it for a certain kind of reason for what they need the skill for, right? So some people want to start their own business, others just did it because they know they get a lot of money from it. I don't know. Everyone had the reason. However, you still feel a bit that you have people who they just chose it in school. They chose this profession in school without even really knowing what it is, or they thought it was cool. Turns out it's not what they expected, and so basically they're just pissed off by the apprenticeship as well. And I'm kind of curious once I will go to university, or yeah, well, just do my bachelor, if that shifts, like if there are more people, or if the people there are like really interested, for the most part. I mean, you will always have exceptions, right? There are no rules without exceptions. But for the most part, if people will be like really interested in the matter. So when I go to like a software engineering, or like not really software engineering, but software development, IT thingy, bachelor, I don't know. If the people there will also be like really interested, or if they will be pissed off by it as well, if they just do it for the money, kind of like this. Because I know from many friends who are just studying lawyer stuff just because they get a lot of money from it, right? And kind of curious to see on how extreme that is in universities as well. Anyways, I lost myself there in a long story, and let's get to reading the chat now. But I really wanted to finish that bit. So yeah, let's get to reading the messages. A lot of the time when I give a presentation of something I'm extremely well versed in, I tend to talk so fast that half of it is unintelligible. The danger of knowing the material too well. Well, this isn't really something which is bound, I think, to knowing something extremely well, but more to like you also being kind of nervous from the presentation, because I also have it that sometimes I'm like really I know my stuff for a presentation, but due to it being a presentation and a bit of nervosity, so yeah, believe it or not, I also get I'm not getting that much or that nervous anymore from presentations as I used to, like 6 years ago, right? But I still get like a bit nervous, and I started making it like a lot better than it was a few years ago, but I tend to have the problem that I yap way too fast. Like, people usually say, yeah, it is okay. You're still like or like it's you can still understand what you try to say, or yeah, you can still understand it, but it's just a bit too fast, right? So I still pronounce everything properly. I don't cut off words or something like that. But that, at least for me, is also often bound to like nervosity or being nervous before or when holding a presentation, right? But yeah, I mean, maybe it's something similar to you, or maybe it's really just, I don't know, another factor which plays a role there. But I guess for many people it is just the fact that they get a bit nervous and they don't want to mess up, and because of that they start talking fast, or they start on not pronouncing words properly, especially when talking in front of a bigger audience. Whereas would I say streaming has improved my yapping in front of a big audience? Well, big audience, we're not really a big audience here, right? I mean, it depends. Like, how many people are watching right now? We have 4 people on YouTube, and we have Frostix, who just joined the Twitch chat. Hi, Frostix, welcome. We're currently talking. We're currently having a crazy yip session, Frostix. So welcome to the stream. Hi, and also Shadas, who's watching over on Twitch. Nice. But yeah, I think it helped a bit with like I cannot really say fluidity because whenever I have to give a presentation, it's usually in German and we're not talking German here. We are speaking English, right? But I guess to a certain degree, it probably helped. But I cannot really tell you on how much really it comes from streaming and from how much came just from having to have held presentations over and over and over again at school. So yeah, but yeah, Frostix, hi. I'm playing Lords of the Fallen again, going for a more magic kind of build. It's kind of easy, not gonna lie. And I've played Lords of the Fallen. This is like, also, don't worry, Holly. We're just about to read your messages. We're just about to read your messages. But Lords of the Fallen is a Souls game, right? The Souls game, if I remember correctly. But I never played it myself, so I don't know. Yes. Okay. Good. Good. Well, that is cool then. That is cool. We still have to finish Dark Souls, by the way. Maybe we'll have a Dark Souls stream to get something, or to get some other games rolling in the stream, just for like 1 or 2 streams. But anyways, at least it's 9 years in Switzerland. In Turkey, it's 12 plus 4 university years. And after the 4 years, it is not guaranteed that you will be able. That you will get a job because unemployment of college graduates are higher than the one who didn't graduate college. Oh, really? Is it that crazy? I mean, from there are like many aspects in this which I want to talk about. But one thing I can say about Switzerland is that after those 9 years, you can also go like 3 more years, so a grand total of also like 12 years to school, like actually to like extended high school more or less, where you have like 6 years of high school. So instead from year 7, 8, 9, you go like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so all the way up to like 12 years. However, you're allowed to drop out after 9 years. You're not forced to staying at school after 9 years. And then you usually also go to like university, make like a bachelor or a master somewhere in like 4 years. Or I think no. How long does it take to get a bachelor? Not even sure. But yeah, anyways. So that also exists in typically or usually usually, those are the wrong words. But that model also exists in Switzerland. But usually, the ones which are like really good at school and who also want to go to school and not do something, do something else after those 9 years of school. So also for like people who don't know what kind of profession they wanna work as afterwards, stuff like that. For this kind of people, that is like good, so they can just go to school for a bit longer and then they have a bit more time to decide on what they want to do afterward. But for me, for reference, I just wanted to not quit school, but I wanted to work a bit and to earn money because having money is a nice thing, right? And you also get working experience. It doesn't really count towards working experience, like the apprentice years you make. Towards actual work experience, which you can use for job applications afterwards, but it is at least something. Yeah. Also, by the way, same for Switzerland. So we have a lot of people who do like a bachelor or a master or well just graduate college. I'm not sure if it's like same level of education a college degree in Turkey compared to like a bachelor in Switzerland. I have no clue about that, but usually or we see it here in Switzerland as well, surprisingly, that we have many people who have a high degree but don't have a job afterwards. So that is also something which is getting more and more, so the unemployment rate. So, let's see. But it is easier than other Souls games, but it has a veteran mode, which is way harder and makes it a game to get mad at. And let me guess, you're playing the veteran mode right now? You're playing the veteran mode right now, FrostX? Well, the only Souls game I've ever played is Dark Souls. That's it. That's it. Or did I play another one? No, that's not true. I also played Darksiders, which I played it on. I'm not sure which difficulty I played it on. I was close to beating it twice, even. I was close to beating it twice, but the second time you play it, it's actually easier than the first time. But yeah, Darksiders. But it's also not like a really, really hard one, but it can get you, definitely can get you mad on like the highest difficulty as well. So yeah. I'm gonna be mega jobless with a math degree in the future. Well, I don't even know what you do with a math degree. Like, what kind of I mean, you can become a university professor? Professor? Like the right way of saying it in English? I think it is, right? It's Professor in German. I think it's professor in like a prof. Like a... Is that the English word? Like somebody who teaches at the university. I think it is. In English way. A professor, yeah. Okay, yeah, okay, it is. I just Googled. Good. But yeah, I mean, you could do something like that. Or, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what you do with a math degree. I don't know. Maybe you can go into like some math research. Not sure if that is paid well. Might be though. You really gotta look around a bit and see what you can do with it. Really gotta look around and see what you can do with it. Also, it's really important, guys. Really important. I'm not sure how many people do that, but maybe I'm the only one who thinks that it is a crazy or it's like something crazy to say. But basically, make sure to always have like kind of at least a plan in your life, and not only think about tomorrow but also the day after. So for reference, what really opened my eyes was when at the end of the apprenticeship, the company where I'm working at right now, it's not, they don't have to take me after the apprenticeship, so I'm not forced by contract to stay there. But of course I would like to stay there because I like the team, I like the work, I know the work environment, right? And I would like to stay there. And they needed to know about my military service. So in Switzerland you have to do like military service if you're fit for it. I'm probably not going to be fit for the military because I have asthma, and also I'm allergic to like dust. Well, not dust in particular, but like they're like small mites which live inside the dust and the excrement, so the poop from them. I'm allergic against that thing. It's like common thing, I guess. Not really sure what the correct word for it is, but long story short, because of that I will probably not be able to go to the military service, and I have to know that, or I preferably should have known the information of whether I have to go to the military service or not. Well, last September, November, and the planning for that is for after my apprenticeship, which was still like half a year or like a year away from that point, and I would have needed to know it then in terms to plan not only the year after but also the following years after. So basically what I'm trying to say, little life lesson here, make sure to always plan ahead, have a bit of an idea what you want to do in your life, don't just stand still. Also inform yourself properly about how to get into workplace A or university B, or I don't know, into course C, which teaches you something else. I don't know. Just make sure to always do something to properly prepare for it and to plan your future properly, right? That is something which I at least feel like is something that which really helps you and is something that I think at least is not something that everyone does, but something which at least I feel like, especially now that I have the experience and that I know about it, is something which, an information which I can pass on to my community just to make you guys aware of that, right? But yeah, just a teeny tiny bit of a little advice, especially for like the younger audience. I mean, can also be for the older audience. I'm not sure of how many people. I mean, Blank Constant, you're I think also like 19 or 20, right? So we're around the same age. But I mean, also for you, for us, we're still at a young age, so to say. So it's important. Pyramid scam, for real. What is pyramid scam? I don't know pyramid scam. My scoliosis plus chronic back pain plus slight allergy was not enough to get me out of military service. Damn. Wait, what? Really? That would have been definitely enough for Swiss military to not take you in. But to be fair, I also I actually went to the doctor preemptively to get myself a doctor's certificate where he basically wrote down your colleague, so to like the military doctor then, who will say whether or not I have to go to the military service. He basically made me like a little paper where he wrote down, your colleague Lunio has asthma and the allergy, and therefore I would suggest you not to take him into the military, which of course is not like a full dispensation from it. So maybe I have to go if the doctor really decides, when the military doctor really decides that I have to go, then well, I have to go to the military. However, things look pretty good that I don't have to go, and the reason why I say look pretty good that I don't have to go is or why I say that it's a positive thing, is that if I were to go to the military, I would, at least from a career perspective, I would lose like half a year or maybe even like a full year. I'm not really sure on the numbers there. Which I can now use, or could then use if I don't have to go to the military, in order to keep going with like my well, first of all, get like, I cannot directly go to university because I don't have the certificate yet. I have to do that in like 2 years, and when I have that paper, I can then go or apply for like a university and make my bachelor. And instead of having to go to the military, I can directly start with the certificate. So yeah, that is the plan. But also, like in Switzerland, you cannot, or you only know if you have to go to the military or not once you had your recruitment. So yeah, recruitment is basically a 2-day event. You get like an invite from the military and you have to go there. And then they tell you, yeah, you can go to the military, or you're not in a physical or mental state where you can come to the military. And basically, when you cannot go to the military, there are like two options. Either you cannot be used for anything, and then you simply have, well, you have to pay like 4% of your yearly income to the military up until you're like 30 or 35, I believe. And the other thing is when you're not in a physical or mental state for the military, but you're not entirely like wasted, then there is the model where you are like once a year usually you get a letter from the military, and they tell you, yeah, I don't know, for instance, if there was like a big thunderstorm or something like that, and then in the forest, like you have to free up the ways and or like the paths there, the tracks from like, I don't know, trees which have fallen down and stuff like that, and then you have to go there for like somewhere between 4 and 6 days, or 4 and 7 days, something like that. And every day you work, you can, well, you still have to pay like those 4% of your yearly income. But for every day you work, you have to pay like 0.4 or 0.6% less, something like that. And then you can like kind of work off the penalty. So that is another model which which I will probably do then instead of going to the military. Because 4% is a lot to pay, especially when you have like a high loan or salary. Not loan, salary, yeah. Alright, so let's climb up the ladder. And let's sit down. And let's turn around the camera. Oh, no. There we go. So, sit down! Thank you. Alright, so. We have been live for a grand total of 2 hours and 50 minutes. I did not expect that we would be yapping and playing this long today. However, I really enjoyed today's yapping session. We have been partially, I mean, we have been efficient in, we have done some things in Hytale, okay? We've been efficient, so that is okay. But I really like the, yapping session we had today. Otherwise, we also would not have been live until so late into the night. Well, it's not really late into the night. It's only 6 minutes till 9 p.m. However, at 9 I will go to bed. So I will actually, after the stream, directly go ahead and brush teeth and take a shower and go to bed. But I think we had a pretty cool stream today. I played 2 songs in Mania and my wrist already hurts. Well, play easier songs than Frostix. Play easier songs. Don't play stamina songs. Finland, you get paid 6 euros every day you're in the military. Not worth it. Yeah, same here in Switzerland. It's like 6, 7, or 8 Swiss francs, I believe it is. Not a lot per day. But yeah, I think we had a really cool yip session today. I think also we had, let me quickly double check. Yeah, that is also really cool. Like for a Hytale stream, we had a pretty solid number of viewers, so big thanks for that one. Usually wait, I think I can even show it. Let me see, maybe I'll find it from like the past. Oh, those are videos, a live stream, monster fighting, analytics, that is like the concurrent while live. This is usually what it looks like. So the first 80 minutes, no one, then one person. After 30 minutes, you have like 2, and then it drops down to 0, and then you have like half an hour where there's nobody. So I'm really happy how that one turned out. So big thanks to everyone who was in today's stream. That was really cool. And also, I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think that we can maybe do a, I'm really not sure if that would turn out good or not, but we have to try it. Do like a full on 2 hour yap stream where we're really just where we're just doing chatting. We're simply doing just chatting. So basically the same we did today, but without gaming in the background. Not sure how that one will turn out, but I think that could be pretty cool in the future. But yeah, I think we had a pretty cool stream. I hope that you guys also found it at least a bit interesting. I think you did, otherwise you wouldn't have stood in the stream. Yeah, also big thanks for showing the interest in my yapping. Really gives me energy also for like future streams, for keep going, of course. I mean, if nobody would be watching, then where's the point in me streaming, right? Where's the point in me streaming? But no, I think it was a pretty cool stream. We can definitely have like another yap session, maybe in the next stream. Whereas important information, I say it again, It's actually not entirely sure. Okay, well. But, most likely, this weekend, on Saturday, there will be no stream. Because, I will be going to another 2-day, weekend trip. This time around, not with a friend, but with my grandma. So she asked me if, or well, I was jokingly saying, this week, to her that, yeah. No, it was actually last week on Friday before I went to Italy. I was talking about her like, yeah, next weekend I will go to Italy with a friend for 2 days. And then jokingly I said like, yeah, I mean, if you want, we can also go on a 2-day trip. I don't care. And then she said yes. And now this weekend, we will be going to on a 2-day trip. I have no clue where. We'll just sit or hop in the car and we'll just drive. But now she just texted me that apparently the weather doesn't look good. And maybe we can postpone it for a week. No clue how if I will be there now on Saturday or not. But we would definitely gonna be having a Sunday stream with Interlude. So that will definitely happen. Maybe we'll even have a Yap stream, or well, just chatting stream on Saturday. But yeah, the next safe stream is going to be on Sunday. Maybe we'll even see us in the Saturday stream, depending on what I will decide now with my grandma, right? As to whether or not we'll go on a 2-day trip. And of course, if I will not be streaming, I will inform you guys as per usual. If I will be streaming, then I will not inform you. Well, I will in terms of like doing a post in the announcement channel, so you'll be informed anyways. But yeah, again, big thanks for watching today's stream. It's about to turn 9 o'clock here in Switzerland in the evening. I will go to bed now. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great remaining week today. Tomorrow on Friday. Great start into the weekend. And yeah, excited to see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching and see you. Bye bye. Now I have to actually stand up because I have to tap out of the game. Ah, damn it. But